We're still on a technology phase. I know we're working about how do you extract value from leveraging technology and other things, but let's talk about the blockchain. A lot of people use this buzzword, and when do we go from this pilot projects that it's available mainstream, and what problems are we solving? And maybe give us some concrete example we solved, but also how to get into those folks that are 20 people or less.
Yeah. So blockchain is certainly a buzzword which everybody knows came up with Bitcoin, and then when you had a closer look at the technology, which was pretty cool, what the imagination could actually deliver on that. But then the real use cases, even Bitcoin came very quickly to a certain limits here when it comes to transactions. But now the hype is gone a little bit. Now it becomes more concrete, and there are certain use cases, specifically when it comes to logistics, when it's obvious that this is a technology that provides benefit, and it doesn't need to be a public blockchain in all the cases. There are a lot of private blockchains now being created for certain use cases, and the companies which are actually interacting have access to that, but not everybody, because not required. So we actually show here the first MindSphere application which uses blockchain in the food and beverage environment, and the example we have here is potato chips. So food and beverage, you generate a complete supply chain from the potato when it's actually getting out of the ground at the farmer on the truck. It has to be cooled. There is a complete chain, the cool chain they say, where it's monitored. Then it's getting over the border. There's taxes. There's certain import regulations which you have, then documents which you need to be attached. And so there is actually a flow which comes along with the transportation of the potato to the factory, then to the supermarket. And the application which we did is at every step of that process, where there's monitoring, where there's important information, there's monitoring, and that data is written into a blockchain. So there's no fooling around with the cooling chain anymore. You cannot manipulate any data because you write that every 10 minutes into the blockchain, and then you cannot manipulate it.
And no more Excel spreadsheets and filtering and all of that. That's one version of truth, and everybody gets information to the data that they need. Exactly. Sounds like.
And we show that, and you can go back and then you look at and you scan the bag of potato, and then you see on the screen, and you go back in the supply chain, and you see whether for that bag of potato, the potatoes which are in there was a violation in the cooling chain on the way somewhere. I mean, that's
very cool.
That's a cool use case, I guess.
Yeah.